So South Africa get their first World Cup victory, and it was quite a comfortable victory from South Africa's standpoint. It was a dominant display with the bat, I would say. Maybe not exactly what all of us as fans would have liked to see. I mean, I think a lot of us would have maybe wanted to see some other guys, also put up their hands besides the one that did, and the ones that did. But there are some positive signs in this particular World Cup match. I did mention yesterday that there were going to be some players in the Canada team that are going to give us some problems. But the one person I didn't mention is their best bowler today. He gave us a lot of trouble. And that might be a little bit of a warning sign from a South African standpoint that we need to maybe discuss on today's show. But overall, I think it's a good start to the tournament, at least for some. And there's going to be hopefully that a lot of the other ones they improve. But we're going to be talking about today's game and reviewing everything that took place in this particular match. So I'm glad that you guys are with me. I'm sorry I took so long. There was a lot of things that I needed to do. I needed to still do my reel for TikTok and Instagram. And obviously, that took me some time to get that up and running. I also had to create a new intro or find new music for an intro as well and an outro because we were getting copy strikes for the previous one, even though it was royalty-free music that I played. But it is what it is, and I am with you guys now. So let's get straight into today's show. I'm looking forward to discussing this one with you guys. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we discuss everything that happened between South Africa and Canada in the World Cup. And the first T20 World Cup match was today, of course. So that is something that I'm looking forward to discussing with you guys because, yeah, what a game it was in the end. I don't think that South Africa performed to their best ability. I'm going to have to be honest with that one. I think there's a lot of things that we could have done better and we could have been better at. I would have liked to see a lot of a much more dominant performance from a South African standpoint. But nonetheless, we did get over the line, and it was in the end quite a comfortable victory, 57-run win. But let's get into it. I'm going to be discussing it now with you guys and going through the scorecard with you as well so that you guys can have a look with me and see what happened in the match as I go along, as I talk about everything that took place. So let's start there. Let's get that up on the screen quickly. Don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so let me just do that for you guys. What's going on? Why is things running so slowly today? Everything's running so slowly today. I mean, I was at Newlands today for the 4-day game as well. That was interesting. A match that was delayed as well because of rain. So that was something that I thought we had to wait a long time to get to see the game start, etc. To watch, to see the game. Yeah, to see the game start. That's ultimately what I wanted to say. And yeah, they ended early as well, so it was quite an interesting one. But some good cricket was played there, some good batting in that match. But let's not win. This is not the review for that. Here I go, guys, rambling again. I'm trying to get this blooming thing on the screen, and for some reason it doesn't want to pop up. But and I don't know why. Something is weird about this today. This interface. I don't know what it's doing. Let me see what is going on here. I just want to share the blooming screen, guys. What the fuck? Sorry. Like, I don't know what's going on. Why I can't, for some reason, access this now. and I just want to access it like I want to access it, not like this. Okay, let's do it like this then. Okay, so what happened in the match? Well, yeah, South Africa lost the toss actually, and we were put in to bat first. And to be honest, I don't think that was the right decision by Canada, because generally on this ground, like I said, we it's a ground where people tend to where batting first you win majority of the game. So I was quite shocked that they did that, but they probably looked at the conditions and thought that was the best option. In the end, I don't think it was, because South Africa scored 213 for four, so we were dominant. But it was Aiden Markram who was very good today. I mean, Quinton de Kock didn't look very settled throughout the game, um, but Aiden looked in top form. He played some amazing cricket shots, and you can see that by the fact that he's got 10 fours and 1 6. He batted at a strike rate of 184.37, but he played some beautiful shots. That's the way he approached it. He wasn't very erratic with his shot placement. He played some good drives, placed the ball into the gaps very well, played off his legs quite well. So his innings overall was very, very important, I think, because we're going to need him to bat like this consistently throughout the tournament. And I'm hoping that he can do that. That's going to be the most important factor from a South African standpoint, is that our captain can keep this form throughout the World Cup. Quinton, like I said, yes, he got 2 4s today, but really, he didn't look very good today. He did look a little bit shaky. He didn't look like he was in the same form as he was leading up to this. But that's fine, I think, because Kwani is a type of player that will just kick it on and just go. So rather against Afghanistan and then against New Zealand and then the Super Eights, um, than him losing his form in that period. And I know that's maybe weird logic, but that's my way of thinking about it going into this. I'm looking at it from a positive perspective. Ryan Rickleton looked good for his 33 of 21, 157.14 strike rate, 3 4s, 1 6. But again, gave his wicket away at the time where I think we needed him. And Deva Brevas was very disappointing. And the reason I say it was disappointing, I know, yeah, we shouldn't be too harsh on the youngster. I mean, it is his first World Cup, so we shouldn't be too harsh on him. I think he will come good, but the thing for me, generally speaking, is you want him to perform particularly against these teams and punish them and showcase what he can do, particularly against these teams. That's what you want to see. You don't want him to start off struggling because we don't know what's going to happen to his confidence. But I believe in him, and I believe that he can come back from this, and then in the next game he can perform. So yes, there's maybe slight concerns there, but I think he will come good in the tournament. I think he has at least 2-3 knocks in him that can win South Africa a game over here. Then our finishers came into the crease, the batters that are considered our finishers, David Miller and Tristan Stubbs. They came out to the middle and they were brilliant. 39 of 23, David Miller, 1-4-3-6 as a strike rate, 169.56. And Tristan Stubbs continuing his form from the SA20 into this, and against the West Indies into this tour, into this World Cup, 34 of 19, 2 4s, 2 6s, a strike rate, 178.94. And then we ended up with 213 for 4 in our 20 overs. And at one point in the match, it wasn't looking that great. It didn't look like we were going to reach the 200 run mark. I mean, we were 138 for 4 after 13.5. And we just passed the 150 run mark, I think, in the 15th over. And it was looking a bit worrying because Canada was striking back and finding some good lines and lengths and giving us some problems. But that's why that partnership at the end there from Miller and Stubbs was so important. They really performed excellently. And to keep their wicket, to bat till the end, that's exactly what you want your finishers to do. So I think that was excellent from their part. Yeah, and like I said, Ansh Patel was brilliant. He got 3 for 31. We struggled to read him. Then Canada went out to bat, and we started off brilliantly. We had them 2 down very early on. We had 2 for 22. Lungingiri was phenomenal. He really was today. He took out the openers, and he took out Nicholas Curtin, who is a very dangerous player. And then he also took out Harsh Thakur, who was looking really solid. Um, and he was supporting Navneet Daliwal very well. And it was someone that we had to stop early on, but he batted really well. He was very impressive. I mean, he got 64 of 49 balls, 7 fours, 1 6, and 130.61 strike rate. So he was exceptionally good today, and he really anchored the innings for Canada. But in the end of the day, we bowled well enough to be able to, um, throttle them, I would say, or keep them at bay. But there are some concerns, and KG's form is a concern. His recent form has been terrible. I don't know what's happening with him in this format, but he's been really struggling in this format. He went at an economy of 10. He was 1 for 40 today. They really punished him today. Corbin Bosch was brilliant, 6.75 economy, 1.27, 1 for 27, sorry, of his 4 overs. But Lungengiri was really the standout bowler. But also Marco Jansen, 2 for 30 was good. He was really economical as well, 7.50. But yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with KG today. He also 2 wides, 2 no balls, unlike him. So it's not his best performance, I would say, KG Rabada with the ball in T20 cricket. And we need to tighten up on our extras, like I've always said. We've had 14 extras today, and 2 no balls and 12 wides. We need to tighten that lines and lengths. But generally speaking, there's some good signs. Marco Jansen in good form, Corbin Bosch in good form. Kesh was decent, 0 for 28. He didn't get a wicket, but it wasn't necessarily a very hectic spinning track, I would say. You did get a little bit out of it, but we know Kesh in conditions that do favor spinners, he's not always the one that capitalizes from that. He's a bowler that kind of finds wickets out of nowhere, and that's something that he's really good at. But overall, a good victory. I think 57-run victory. I think that's a good start. That's a good start to the tournament. It's a solid start to the tournament. We can't be too critical about this performance, I would say. I just had to, balance it out and talk about both. Talk about both aspects of the game here. There is going to be negatives and there's going to be positives, and sometimes you need to try and balance it out for both. And South Africa got 2 points for this victory. So yeah, that was the game ultimately, from a South African standpoint. And yeah, so let's get back into the rest of the show, and this is the part that I like the most, as you guys all know. I enjoy reading out your comments, and that's what I like the most. Don't forget to also download our T20 World Cup companion that launched today. I'm really, really, really excited about it. So you guys need to go in and find it and go get it. I will post the link now in the live chat so that you guys can go ahead and click and subscribe to it. We put a lot of effort into it, guys. So I really would appreciate it if you guys support us and go get it. Because what's happening here now? I would really appreciate it if you guys can go and download it, because we put a lot of effort into it. It's meant to be like your second screen. It's supposed to be your aid throughout this tournament. We've done write-ups on the opposition, who South Africa should look out for, what every single player's weakness is, what their strengths are. All of those type of things we went into. So I want you guys to please go ahead and try and support us and get it, because every single click, every single download really helps out the channel a hell of a lot. You don't understand, because the stats that we get from this, we can take to various people, various sponsors, etc., and show them that this is how well this has been doing. So maybe for the next one that we create, we get a sponsor and we can earn some money and improve everything, literally everything on this channel, like on the channel in the website, the content that we create, everything. This just helps overall. It just helps everything. So please, guys, go and get it. The I'm going to post the link now in the live chat. So go ahead and go get that for me, please. I can't change the description right now, so yeah, that's going to be a problem. Maybe I can try to put it in the let me see if I can post it in here and it will update. Otherwise, guys, I will just add it after this is done, and then yeah, I can't add it right now, so I'll do it when this video is done. I'll add it in the description, but it is there for you guys if you want to go and have a look at it. But anyway, let's get into the live chat and see what you guys have had to say. The Shadrach says, good contribution today. Will be interesting to see how we go against Afghanistan as a day game, and if Linda comes in for a pacer. It will be interesting. And who do you drop? That's the big question. Because the ones that you wouldn't necessarily put first on the team sheet were the ones that performed today. Shadrach says, great to see Miller and Stubbs in the runs. Brevis and Stubbs will be key against the Afghan tweakers. He then continues to say, Ngidi once again showing his class. Rabada may need to make way if he doesn't tighten up and get more wickets against Afghanistan. Rabada's struggling. And I don't know what it is, and I don't know why he's struggling, but he is struggling. And it's something that we need to see and check out why that is the case, because I don't really understand. Because the guy is supposed to be our best bowler in the side, and it's really, really concerning to me that he is struggling the way he is. Why is this? No, I don't understand why my video has been taken down on TikTok. Okay, that's weird. Removed for violating community guidelines. What the hell? What community guidelines did I bloody violate? I don't understand. Um, that's extremely weird. Let's just try and re-upload it. Um, I'm just going to maybe I promoted the guide in here, so maybe it's that. Maybe I'm not allowed to promote things. So I'm just going to sorry guys, you're seeing me live here doing things. Okay, split it. I'm gonna delete this part, delete this part, and then go here and just repost this. Oh, come on. Come on. Sorry guys, I need to sort this out because otherwise I'm not gonna get the views that I want on this. I'm not going to get the views I want on this now because flipping hell. I don't understand why I've never gotten a violation ever for any of the videos that I posted before on TikTok. I just don't like this platform. But I've been told that I need to do it. It's good for everybody. It's good for the channel, for us as fans to be able to see shorter clips apparently, so that the people will come from there to come see us. I don't know how many of you guys saw us on TikTok and actually came here to support us, and then subscribed from TikTok. I don't know how many of you guys have done that, but but yeah, it is what it is. Let's just post this again and see what happens. Um, is this thing posting now? I don't know what is happening. Gee was okay. I think it's posting. Anyway, Agini once again showing his class. Rabada may need to make. Yeah, I've read that out already. Shadrach says, "Look, Ngidi, I knew. We remember I said yesterday in the previous show that Ngidi is going to be a key factor on this wicket because, and in India, because of his ability to be able to change his pace of deliveries and his change ups, etc. And that raw pace on this wicket particularly was going to be tough to play, tough to uh, it's going to be tough for the raw pace bowlers on this wicket, and Ngidi proved that today. With the Shadrach said, with the Afghanistan game just 36 hours away, there likely will need to be some bowler rotation. Having species like Nokia and Mapak on the bench is a blessing, and you see that is the reason why you have paces like that in the team. And I know a lot of people have questioned Coach Shukri from doing that and for putting those players in the team. But there's a reason why he thinks about all of these things. Tak says, Khalid, I didn't see the whole match as I am busy in university. Why are you okay? Yeah. What are your take for today's match as you watch the whole match? Clinical performance by Proteas. I did that in the intro, obviously. So that was the whole point. That is exactly the some of you guys have been complaining about me doing my little summary before the game and just want me to go straight into the live chat. There's a reason why this platform exists for the people actually that didn't watch the game as well. It's particularly actually for those people. These shows are good for that because this game is played on Supersport. I'm a little rant now. I know I'm going off course here, but it's time for me to just blow some steam and rant a bit. This game is only played on Supersport, not on SABC. The problem with that in South Africa is that only 4 million, I think, people own DSTV in South Africa. And I think, or have the DSTV Premium, something like that. Like, it's very small numbers is what I'm trying to say. And from those people that are actually watching on DSTV or have a DSTV Premium account, because you only can watch cricket if you have a premium account. You can't do it with a compact account. So from those people that actually have, how many of them do you actually think watch cricket? The numbers are going to be very, very low. Majority of people watch football, and majority of the people that have a DSTV will watch rugby and not cricket, unfortunately. So that causes a problem because that means the masses don't watch cricket in South Africa on TV. So there has to be other measures for them to follow the game. And that's why I exist, or why Cricket Fanatics magazine exists. For the fans that don't get to watch the game and still want to be a part of the conversation and still want to follow what's going on. That's why I've created Cricket Fanatics magazine in the first place. So that is something that I want you guys to please know. When you share my content, etc., you need to make sure that you share it far and wide with as many people as possible. Because I want to try and make everybody, I want to try and get everybody to support us so that we can grow. And particularly for the people that don't get to watch this game, I want them to also benefit and fall in love with cricket. Tosiso says, this was a good game to play Mapaka and Smith. The upcoming games will be tight. Mpumalelo says, great win. The next two are vital. Happy to see um, at, at least the top order perform. Very crucial. Top order performing is extremely crucial because we need them throughout this tournament to set the standard and set the pace for South Africa. Because what ends up happening is if we don't do that, if they don't do that, they don't set a platform. It makes it very hard for the other batters to come in and perform from or hit from ball one. Bumalelo says um, Brewer should use his opportunity to get some runs. I agree with you. Again, community guidelines. What community guidelines? I don't understand what's going on. He'll be vital in the big games later on, but the way he's going, he's just giving away his wicket, especially with spin. The only change in 11 for the latter stages will be Linda according to the conditions. Clock says, hmm, I'm, going to, I think that's what you mean. I'm going to be honest, not great. With all due respect, we played an association nation and we couldn't bowl them out. And this is not a knee jerk reaction based on today's game. The bowling has been a concern heading into this tournament, and again, we saw why today. His cages form a concern, says Theo Jonker. I think it is a little bit of a concern. Um, what is the violation? This video violates our community guidelines. South Africa beat Canada by fusion and understand why this video is against our guidelines. Violation reason community. Your content is against community guidelines. The guidelines include rules to stand for using TikTok that apply to everyone and everything on our platform. I don't know why. I'll have to read this later and check. I think KG struggles in T20s. Mpumelelo says, I believe the excuse for the subpar bowling performance was that the Canada team are a team. Is they didn't know how much about to do about to adjust the game in the game. Okay, Clock says Brevis' timing of the ball is a bit of a concern. And again, this is not a knee jerk reaction. The West Indies series was when I noticed the problem. I don't understand why, because towards the end of the SA20, he was in good form. Yeah, he was. Alvin May says batting looking real good, getting over 200 continuously without real contributions from our real danger men, Quinton de Kock and Brevis, Stubbs, and Miller. Positive signs. And Aiden bowling, we need work a bit. Drag says the lack of knowledge and the due factor did mean that we would not be able to steamroll them. Clark says, what do you think of the 5-6 order? Is it the way to go? With Miller coming in ahead of Stubbs, or will it be vice versa going forward? I think they will switch it up according to the game, to be honest. Pumalelo says, when Aiden said he only did his homework on Canada a day before the game, I knew that the bowling was going to be subpar. The batting worry is just Brevis, Afghan spin, and Santner from New Zealand. I worry. I think you'll be okay. Alvin May says, Dude did assist them a lot, and this helped getting our lengths right on the pitch. KG will return. We're playing a lot at this venue. Good start from the boys, and Gidi was Easter. But the thing is, and KG will, man, he's too good not to improve. Shadrach says, we have the best net run rate out of all the groups after this win, so can't be too critical. Clark says, but yeah, there were positives, which is good. Stubbs spent a bit of time in the middle, which is good. We'll need a firing Tristan. He and Rickleton jumped on the plane last, so they have a lot to prove. Shadrach says both Ricks and Stubbs have bounced back well after being dropped. Very impressive. Our batting needs to restrict opposition and take wickets without giving much away. We have them ready for big games. Clark says KG's form may be a concern, but to be honest, I don't remember KG being our best bowler in the particular format. But because he's such a champion bowler, we can't not have him in a World Cup squad. As a Canadian, Avi says, as a Canadian and a lifelong Proteas supporter, today was a tough day. Shame, man. Lots of positives from today. Stubbs Miller partnership is a highlight. Rabada's form is cause of a worry, though. Thank you for the support all the way from Canada. Alvin says, Khalid, is it true that the Super 8 is predetermined and not by position in the group? If so, why? Always been based on position 1 and B, 2 from C, and vice versa. I Let me just explain that rule to you quickly because I do. It's in the guide. Actually, go and read it in the guide. There's an opportunity. Available in Cricket Info. I think they do that. Fans know where their teams play and buy tickets accordingly. Go check our guide, guys. It explains it in there. Pumalelo says for the Afghanistan game, I'd go with Aiden Quintet Cock, Ryan Brevis, Miller, Stubbs, Marco Linder, Keshav, Rabada, and Ngidi. Alvin says, what if you end up with 4 group toppers in one Super 8 group? Then, or is the Pakistan situation affecting us all again? What is everyone's thoughts on the T20 World Cups in 5 years? I'm not getting vibes or hype about this one. It feels uh, devalued too much. I said this a long time ago. I don't know why we're having every 2 years or so. It's too much cricket, too much World Cups. It takes the novelty away from it, in my opinion. Mpo Majora said, Majoro said, Mpo Majoro says, the boys were clinical today. Great job. But could they have been more ruthless? I think they could. Avi says, SAF is clubbed with India, Australia, and Windies if all make it through. I don't mind that at all. Has been exciting start to the tournament so far. Maybe cut IPL if there's too much cricket. But I think that maybe have every 4 years a World Cup is better, man. Not every 2 years. And then you still have a 50 over World Cup in between and in the WTC as well. It's too much. PSBG3 says good win. Ryan Nickerton strike rate could be a concern in high scoring games. It's always a 150, 170. What about Stubbs at 3 and Janssen? And Jason Smith at 6. That's also another possibility. Janssen and 7 is a real concern. Need a better batter. Chad Peterson worried about KG's form with the white ball. You should know this ground pretty well, having played for Gujarat. I hope you'll find his mojo soon. He needs to shut up these pundits. He was brilliant in 2024. Have you seen Marco bat recently? He's been on fire. That is true. PSBG3 says too many extras, wides, and no balls. I said that already. Coach, remind them right time. Can't forget Janssen is missing Cody on a no ball on the 29th. Ugh, don't bring it up again, bro. Daksha's Supersport is less expensive for cricket action for me as I have subscription. For you, maybe, but not for South Africans, bro. It's very expensive for South Africans. Daksha's, what are the top 4 according to you in this World Cup? India, Australia, South Africa, and then it's a toss-up because England hasn't been so great lately. I think Afghanistan, actually. I'm not sure if Linda will be better versus Bumrah. Okay. Guys, thanks a lot for watching this game, for watching this and joining this show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, please. If you're new, click that notification bell for all future videos, please. But also, please go ahead and subscribe to our guide. And I want you guys to please go ahead. Get this guide. It's very important for us. So that you guys can, have a companion throughout the World Cup that you can keep open. Opens up on your laptop, tablet, mobile phone, in your browser, bookmark the browser. bookmark it, and yeah, you will have easy access to it. I will be again live for the preview for the next game, so keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to be featuring um, on a YouTube channel as well very, very soon. I think Friday the morning. It's on Sportycast, so I'll be a guest on their platform, and you might see them on some of my review shows coming up, so that we can have a little bit of conversations over there and help each other out, in this YouTube game. But thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys very soon with another preview show. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out, everyone.